All right. Well, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome to the. We're going to go over the chapter 9, the vibration of the Kybalion today.
The Kybalion by the Three Initiates. You can pick it up at your local bookstore
And online.
and online for very cheap.
And on LibriVox. Mark's been listening to it on LibriVox.
Yeah. Yeah, they have it.
But I listened to a little bit of LibriVox too.
Which is a free... it's one that I go to, one of my go-tos. It's a free public domain. They read old public domain books.
Mm-hmm, they have uncopyrighted books.
And just volunteers read them. Some are good. Some aren't so good.
Yeah, some of the ones that you showed me have been pretty annoying.
What?
Yeah.
The ones I showed you?
Yeah, one of the first ones you showed me was really annoying. It was a lady. I'm trying to think of what it was. I think it was
Anyway.
It's one of the Hermetic texts.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember. Or it was
Adam.
It was Adam. It was the
Yeah.
Adam and Eve one or whatever.
Yeah, it was but she read through the whole thing. She's a trooper.
And if you're listening, lady, sorry that
I'm sorry, Anne Bouvet.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
I apologize, Anne.
I like her.
Hopefully you don't live in Kentucky.
Oh, Adam. Anyway, but I'm saying I always like it whenever one person reads it through, as long as they're not too horrible, because sometimes you get all kinds of random people. Some people are trying to learn English as they're reading.
Yeah, it seems like
it's like, oh my gosh, why? And it's always a bad idea if you're reading a Hindu text to have a Hindu person read it,
like the Ramayana or something,
because you're just like, yeah,
the Upanishads.
Well, yeah, because when the English is not their first language, so it can be hard to understand them. I mean, not to say,
got it.
Obviously, if they're reading an Indian or what is it? What do you call the language?
It's Hindi.
If they're reading in Hindi, that's one thing. But if their English is their second language, they can pronounce the name Krishna and all these gods and stuff very well. But the English part is like, what?
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
But anyway,
I have lots of Indian friends.
That's the thing. It's a free service. People are volunteering their time in reading it, and you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and what do you got? The facts of life.
I was wondering where you're going with that, but yeah.
Remember?
I was wondering.
Take the good, you take
he's
the
going
bad,
somewhere with. I can tell.
You had the facts of life.
I can predict when Mark is starting to go into one of his jokes. Sometimes I'm like, oh, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Like, I'm just gonna cut him off right here. Well, okay, so we're doing chapter 9, which is the principle of vibration.
This one's gonna be good.
Yes.
Especially because the last one was a little.
It just wasn't
less than accessible.
Yeah.
So
the guy was kind of, he went off on his little thing, and
we went off on our little thing a few times.
Brandon, you wanted to do?
Oh, sure.
Brandon, how about I get you that?
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome.
We'll see if anybody notices what changed.
What? Mark's getting him a drink? No.
That can't happen.
You know what? On the last one I had a Goslings. This one I'm having a cock and bull,
man.
And wow, actually the Goslings has more bite.
Really? Usually the cock and bull has more.
Yeah. You know what? I think the cock and bull has a little more spice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
It has the afterbite now,
but not too much. Some of them. What was that one where we were just like, whoa?
Yeah, and it was actually too. It was the fever tree fire. I think the fire fever tree.
Because fever tree is a good one too.
Oh no, it wasn't even that. It was the fiery. It was by the water from them.
Yeah, and it was like, whoa, okay, this is all
fiery
fire.
lanolins.
No ginger.
Yeah,
there was no ginger to it. Anyway, but you know what? I'd say that probably now Gosling's is probably my go-to.
It's a good
Cock
one.
and Bull is good, but
It's a good one.
Gosling's is. They're all good.
Yeah, I like the fever trees, but they don't have a. As far as I know, they don't have a non-sugar
Yeah,
one.
but they don't have that. Yeah, I think I still have some fever trees. I should put them in the fridge. We can. Yeah. Anyway, but on to vibration.
Oh yeah, that was a bonus about ginger beer. A little bonus we started off with.
Mm-hmm. But it's just interesting because immediately drinking the. Anyway, okay, yeah, we're moving on.
We are moving on.
So vibration. Okay, so the little, I don't know if this is a summary, but motion is manifest. Oh wait, read the thing.
Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates.
So motion is manifest in everything. There's a difference between various universal power due entirely to the varying rate and mode of vibrations. These are some principles of the what that thing says, that there's this power that can be manifest through vibration, or
he mentions that that we have evidence that early philosophers, like at least the Greeks and probably before that, they were aware of this, but then we lost, for some reason, at least Western culture lost the understanding that everything has some, even if the very faintest amount of vibration.
I wonder how they came up with that.
The Greeks,
Yeah,
they probably got it from the Hermetic. I bet Plato got it from Hermetic.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you think about like how they even come up with the monad, or the atom, the early atom or whatever.
Genius.
Like, just like how did they, because this is common, but it's still hard to wrap our heads around even now. And we have these kind of microscopes and all this technology.
It's hard for us to understand it.
Yeah.
And we have a bunch of people in lab coats that like can show it, or can show the math.
If they're wearing a lab coat, that means it's official.
Exactly.
It means they know what they're talking about.
Like, we live in a time when like we don't have to know it because someone else does.
The lab coats rule. They're our masters. You got a lab coat? I'll do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
But they didn't even have lab coats back then. They were togas, man.
Those are kind of the way their lab coats were.
But they weren't open.
No.
Thank goodness.
Thank you.
Imagine Socrates running around with an open toga. Well, he was not a pretty man.
Let me see. Does this have one? Yeah, look at the picture of Hermes.
Oh, he's got that sweet. Okay, yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, he's like Gandalf the Grey.
Yeah, he's totally Gandalfing.
Anyway.
And he has like a chalkboard or something. You see that?
Dry erase board.
Like some kind of
That's the early dry erase board.
There's your book.
Yeah, I don't know. This was actually this picture that's on here is from a place in Italy.
Is that
it's a floor like a mosaic.
Cool.
Like, imagine cutting that out somehow. Yeah, it's from this chapel in now I've got to find out. I can't just leave this.
You might have seen it from a different book, because that same picture's been
it's on a lot of books. I got a couple books. Actually, the Hermetica has the same one.
And it's not a blackboard on that one.
No, he's actually got something written. It says E pluribus unum. No. That's on a quarter. Anyway, and now I'm like I gotta find out where this thing is. Okay, I'm getting distracted, Brandon.
Copenhaver's should show it, because his is like professionally published. I think Cambridge or something.
Yeah.
Like his should have it on the cover.
Okay. Oh wait. Anyway, let's just keep going.
Oh yeah.
Dang it.
Hey, we're gonna start now. So let's do the vibration.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
That'll be a bonus. That'll be a bonus later on if Mark found it. Yeah, so we've already started.
Well, Well, okay. So, what we were saying is that motion is manifest in everything. And the differences of the universal power are made because, at least according to this, of vibration, the varying rate and mode of vibration.
And that vibration is actually the factor in where something, the difference between one thing and the next.
Yeah, well, what he does in this one is he starts using polarity, the pole of vibration.
Yep.
And on one end, the slow vibration, gross matter. On the high end is the fast vibration, infinite, whatever, you know, is spirit. And everything comes between. So you have from the lowest vibration, gross matter, up to spirit. And the thing that separates these is vibration.
Different layers of. It's almost vibration. Like we're talking. It's almost like we're talking with the last. Our last episode we did was.
It does not. It's not. It doesn't correspond. It doesn't correspond to that. Dude, there's no correspondence between these two.
Yeah.
But so the example that he uses is, or one of them is hot and cold.
That's like the best way to explain it.
And for us that's super easy because, I mean, actually, you think of a liquid, solid, and gas.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that the slower it is, as the water molecules or whatever slow down, it freezes. But as they speed up, it'll turn into a liquid. As it speeds up even more, turns into a vapor. Yeah. So it goes from a solid form because it's going, it's easy because it's going so slow that it's just like this solid mass, and all of a sudden liquid, but then vapor, it's like you can actually fly away.
Good sound effect too.
That's how it sounds too.
And the way that we have names for because of our limited way of understanding things, or maybe our attempt to understand things better, we've given names to different levels of vibration so that we can talk with one another. So I don't have to say, like level 423 on the heat scale. No, I just say it's hot. But really hot and cold are the same thing. There is a different vibration of temperature, right?
Yeah, and well, remember the early thing where they were talking about, I don't remember where they were saying, but is the difference between
where
the
does
hot
one
and
thing
cold?
become hot and where does it become
cold?
And
it's like, what was it? What did we determine as 72 degrees?
I don't know if we can determine.
No, I know.
It's in the eye of the beholder, right?
Yeah, it's about whenever you start feeling cold, or
a polar bear, it's different than it is to a grizzly bear.
Or even between bears.
Yeah.
Brandon.
That's deep right there.
Dude.
But yeah, I mean, so.
Because I thought you were going to say between, or human,
Oh, no.
But you put it in the same species. Yeah. And that was.
Look to the bear, man. I'm always talking about bears.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, there's, that is, vibration is really it's the measurement of the same thing, but on the same pole.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just movement. I mean, you think of it in different ways. Vibrate, this little thing goes, zzz, or whatever.
Yeah, I imagine that too.
Yeah, but it's movement. It's some kind of a force that's doing, But like another example he uses that, like, kind of, I don't know if this is, but like the movement of planets.
Mm-hmm.
They're moving. And then they're also spinning. It's this kind of movement thing. I don't know if that but some of the other examples of light, heat, magnetism, energy, they're all examples of vibration that we, typical examples that we can think of.
So light and dark is a good, like you said.
Oh yeah, that's where
light and dark. Another one that I like that I think it's a good conversation starter, right? Ooh. It's a good debate starter actually.
Oh,
is good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you were to say someone, well, good and evil are really the same thing. It's just a different vibration. You know,
Really? Okay.
it can definitely start an argument with someone.
Oh yeah, that'll start an argument.
Yeah, if you're to say, yeah, there's not really good and evil are just different like measurements of the same thing.
Well, and that might be more polarity though.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
Totally, I see what you're saying.
Brandon, I'm just gonna call you out
If
right
we
now.
are going to fit that in just
save it for
only
next
one
chapter,
chapter,
dude.
if we are going to put that in only one chapter of the book, then it would be the next chapter.
Like, that would be weird. You're like, good and evil are actually just the same vibration or vibrating just at different speeds, man. People would be like, what are you talking about?
So I was talking to someone the other day. I'll just say this right now. This is going to be, we'll come up with this later probably, but this might surprise you. Actually, it was a few weeks ago, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I was talking to someone the other day, and obviously this person that I was talking to, I talk to enough and often enough because I wouldn't say this to anybody, okay? They were talking to me about a problem they were having, and I said, change your vibration.
Dude, if you want to change your attitude, you got to change your latitude.
I said, just...
have you ever heard that?
No, I haven't, but it makes sense. I have heard
but
that.
I'm saying, they're basically saying go to like go to somewhere where the weather's nice.
Yeah, same thing.
that's not what you want to hear, man.
No, and so when you're talking to someone, one of the things you don't say is like, dude, it's all you change. People don't want you to like tell you that it's that you don't want. People don't want you to tell them that they need to change what they're doing.
People usually don't want to hear advice in general.
Yeah. So when I said like change your vibration,
they were probably so pissed.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah, vibration. Let's see what else does what else do the initiates have to say about vibration?
Okay, well, they're talking about sound.
Oh, I liked that. How the different. I mean, when the pitch changes.
Yeah,
I liked that.
Like they, it starts off with low, like, I wrote, a slow vibration produces a low note. Actually, in our human mind, we can't even hear some of these, but we can feel the vibration is so deep that you can feel it before you can hear it, like bass. Mm-hmm. You're actually not hearing bass, you're feeling it, but then as it moves, as the vibration is sped up, you start being able to actually hear it and hear it and hear it and hear it, and it keeps going up. You're hitting every single note of the scale, all the white, all the black keys, all the way up, and then all of a sudden it goes so far that it might hurt your ears, and then all of a sudden it goes to a place where you don't even hear it, and all of a sudden dogs are going, ah.
Yeah, totally.
But then dogs can, it's this weird thing. So there's these sounds that are so low that we can't even hear them, and so high that we can't hear them. It's like it can go off the chart either way. It's just an interesting vibration.
That's a good way to look. I like that description they gave. Did they use a wheel too? Did they talk about a wheel?
Oh yeah, the wheel spinning. Like I was thinking about a ring. Like, have you ever spun your rings? I take it off. Your ring is round. Mm-hmm. It's just a basic, but you spin it and it looks like it becomes a sphere.
Okay, yeah.
It looks like it's a sphere. If you could spin it fast enough, it would look like it's a solid sphere. And actually, if you could touch it without slowing it down, you couldn't poke through it.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it would become a solid, actually, because it's going so fast. It's kind of like like it'd be going so fast that you couldn't poke through it.
Correct.
If that makes sense.
It does. I think there's some kind of like science fiction show I watched one time where their force field was actually like only a ring, and then when they turned it on, it would just rotate so fast that nothing can get through.
Yeah, but you'd still be able to see through it.
Yeah.
So anyways,
that's
interesting.
The equivalent of
but that was talking about the wheel.
Yeah, but that's the equivalent. So your ring becoming a sphere is the equivalent of the wheel looking like it's not moving anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it's going so fast that it's like, hey, is that wheel even moving?
Yeah.
Some rims on cars have that illusion to them, where when you're driving and you look over and it's like,
Well, the spinners
yeah,
or the non-spinners where it's like,
yeah. But no, that's it. I like those analogies.
yeah. So, and
And the point that was made by the initiates actually is that at the highest level and the lowest level, they almost look the same, which I thought was an interesting.
yeah.
Concept.
It's like at one level, it doesn't look like it's moving. At another level, it doesn't look like it's at the highest, or something like that. And also that I thought it was interesting because it's saying, showing us, hey, there's things that you don't even hear that are going on that you can't hear, but another creature, that you think, you look around the world and this is, you're like, this is reality, but there's even more realities, and they don't necessarily,
Well, yeah, and we know that light. There's these different spectrums of light that we can't see.
Yeah. Okay. So you see a rainbow.
Yeah.
Roy G. Biv. That's what you always say.
I never say that, but I know you're saying.
You have to.
Oh, Roy G. Biv.
Yeah.
What's red, orange, yellow,
green, blue, indigo, violet. What happens? And also that the Roy or the R, the red, like, goes from lighter to darker, and then disappears.
Is that infrared?
Does it go from? Well, I'm saying, all of a sudden, the who knows how big the actual rainbow is?
Sure.
Because it's probably going beyond that. I don't know. This is not science.
Well, I'm not wearing. Seven.
Am I wearing a lab?
Hey, Brandon,
colors. Am I wearing a lab coat right now?
Close.
No, I'm not.
More than usual.
But I'm not wearing a lab coat, so I am not a doctor. I'm not a scientist, and I don't have a test tube anywhere. But I do have a bottle. No. Yeah. But I was saying, so all of a sudden there's a scale off the rainbow that we're not seeing because of the vibration that our eyes can't pick it up. And then so you're going from that end, the red, going through all the colors, and then all of a sudden to violet, and all of a sudden it ends, but it keeps going.
Yeah.
It's vibrating at another rate that we can't see.
So you have that written down. So Marco's already ready. I just brought this up, and he's looking at his notes. So you already kind of read all that stuff.
Yeah. This
is that where I'm not a science? I don't.
Brandon,
I know lots of things,
Brandon,
but not these things.
You're not wearing a lab coat. I can see that. So.
I don't have a lab coat on.
I do have a stethoscope though.
Yeah.
For some reason.
So is that where does infrared? Is that where infrared's at? Is above red?
Yeah.
And ultraviolet below violet?
Above.
Above violet is
no indigo. No, indigo, violet. Okay, I don't know what the difference between indigo. I think indigo is a lighter. I don't know.
A lighter form of blue.
Brandon, am I an artist? Do I have a?
Do you have a painter's coat on?
Do I have a painter's smock on? I don't think so. But anyway, but but we're just saying that there's things beyond what we know as humans that exist, but we can't see. There's this, I think it's a crab that can see like 16 different
that's cool
eye things that it can see into all these different, the spectrum so far beyond for some reason, and scientists still can't figure out exactly why it would need to have such a, because evolution.
Yeah.
Why would this particular crab be able to see this far, and they still can't figure out.
I'll have to check that out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm saying that, like, animals and different things have, can see different things that we can't, and we can see different things that they can't. Most dogs can't see color, and that makes people sad.
Yeah.
But some dogs can see color. The ones that can see color are the ones that are barking at the TV for some reason. They'll bark when something comes on the TV.
I have a friend who's colorblind. I didn't know that.
I'm colorblind, Brandon.
I didn't. Yeah, so am I. But anyway, what's funny is I never knew that he was colorblind until we were adults.
Was he always wearing weird clothes though?
His favorite color was purple as a kid. Now
he thought it was.
Yeah.
And then he saw purple. He's like, "What?"
I remember being, I know this is a closed-minded culture in some ways, but as a young boy and growing up, your favorite color doesn't mean to be purple, right? That's a girl color kind of, right?
Yeah.
And I remember he had a purple bike. And I'm like, cool bike, man. And he's like, yeah, he was really proud of his purple bike. And I'm like, I remember always thinking that was strange because he was such a macho guy. Like he was such a non pink and purple type of person that you would by his behavior and his personality. And then as an adult one day we're talking and he mentioned he's colorblind. I'm like, you're colorblind? He's like, yeah, you never knew that? Like, no. I'm like, and it all dawned on me.
Like purple.
Anyways, if you ever listen to this, you know who you are. I respect you quite a bit, and I always have.
Hey, I had a purple bike, and it was sweet. I had a rock hopper, a specialized rock hopper.
Oh, cool.
But it was cool. It was kind of a metallic
was it purple? Oh, yeah.
yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with purple.
It was a mountain bike. So
here I am.
It's a manly bike.
So I'm trying to tell my kids this now. Like, hey, Enoch, you listen. Whatever color you want, it's fine. But I was a closed-minded little boy, and I thought that purple was a girl color. That's stupid. Today, in this world, it's different.
You know what's a girl color? Orange. I'm just joking. I know that's Brandon's favorite color.
That's funny. I have
orange. You glad I didn't say purple?
Got it. Orange. You happy?
So anyway, but we're seeing these vibrations. Okay, so we're talking kind of like what we can see, what we can hear.
Yeah.
And so, okay, what is this? How does this help us?
It only matters that it's different measurements of this. It's different levels of the same thing.
Yeah, but they can produce. But the different vibrations can produce really neat stuff.
Yeah,
and think about all the colors. Just the colors of the rainbow. How
Mark
cool it is.
doesn't. Am I wearing a painter's smock?
Wait, you put one on? Nope, no painter's smock, my friend.
Well, and that's the thing, but couldn't let's an analogy, not analogy, but an imagery we used in the last episode we did, which was on the planes of correspondence. We mentioned how Hermes was able to reach a higher level of the mental plane. But he definitely produced better and more interesting things that people who were on a lower vibration had no ability to. But and he saw things too.
But he was vibrating on this. Okay, well, he was vibrating. His mind or spirit was vibrating on a plane, but to a normal human mind, Tats, he couldn't tell. He's like, "Hey, I know I look.
Oh, yeah,
I know I look regular.
Good point. Yeah.
But you're not even seeing what's actually going on in my mind.
Yeah.
And then a little later, Tat's like, "Oh, I see it."
Remember, Tat lies. He's lying. He's like, "Yeah, I see it,
Dad." No, I think Tat was being sincere. I like Tat. But okay, so what's all this have to do with Hermetism or Hermetic principles?
Good question, man.
Okay, so Hermetists teach that if vibrating continues, it would go through all the mental planes and then arise through the spiritual planes until it returns unto the all. This is what we were talking about in the last one, where it kind of like that. If the vibration
seven
continues,
heavens.
Yeah, and I wonder if this is like a literal thing that they're talking about, or is this like, you know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm?
Yeah, like whether there's actually
like how you get to change that vibration.
Well, you do it like in the Pomandries. First, as you take off, you get rid of greed, and then you get rid of.
Yeah, you're vibrating on these.
Yeah, okay. You're changing who you are.
Okay, well let's okay, well then let's go along that line then, because I was so I have written higher vibration liberates us from material forms, but okay, do you have some all manifestations of thought, reason, will, or desire, or any mental state or condition are accompanied by vibrations. Okay, this is where
That was an interesting.
this is where it's like, well, what does this have to do? Well, think about what whenever somebody's measuring brain activity, what are they measuring?
The electrical current.
Waves, yeah, brain waves.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's actual vibration, for lack of a better term. I'm not wearing a doctor's thing.
No.
But they're measuring something in there, vibration or whatever, and so they're saying that these manifestations of thought, reason, will, desire, mental states or conditions are all vibrations. They're all accompanied by vibrations. So that's why what you just said, you're talking about, telling your friend, hey man, change your vibration. And it's like, and all of a sudden he all gets in his car and he cranks up the Beach Boys. Good vibrations. That'd be awesome if he all cranks it up. He's like, you're right, Brandon. And he has a Sunkissed for some reason, because I think Sunkissed did the good vibrations.
Did they?
Yeah, they used that song.
Well, to a certain level, though,
like,
you were right. We're joking about it, and that's how real this really is, though. Is we're joking about that, but if he did do that and he did get into his car and turn on good vibrations and start to be, and
he would actually feel better.
He would be changing his vibration.
Yeah,
and so like it's all about.
There's something about that song, like the vibrations they use, though. That song might be deeper than we thought.
It's a Hermetic song.
Well, no, but Brian Wilson and stuff was all into all kinds of weird stuff. But think about, like, there's something about that song that just makes you feel good. What is it? I guess it's rhythm, but it's also vibration,
polarity,
dude. No, but I'm saying sometimes. But I'm saying, like, music can actually change your mood.
Oh man, don't even get me started. I'm a Pisces, man. I listen to music every day.
You're a music fan.
Yeah.
So anyway, so if you're feeling bad, you get in your car or put on your headphones, crank up good vibrations, and you'll be feeling those good vibrations.
I'll do it on the way home.
That's a good song, actually.
I would put it on right now, but we can get the podcast will get taken down.
Get dinged.
But I'll do it on the way home.
They want that. Brian Wilson wants a cut.
Wants a cut. Everyone wants a cut, man.
They want a cut of our podcast. He can come on.
Yeah, if you want to come on, Brian Wilson.
Okay. So, this is interesting. Some of the vibrations can be felt by others and can tend to affect them by induction.
Yeah, okay. He mentions. I don't know. He doesn't go into this. The initiates don't go into this at all. Only enough to just say the word telepathy.
Yeah.
But
he says this is the principle that causes telepathy, mental influence, etc. So, I mean, it seems like it'd be almost implied if your mind is vibrating to some extent.
Exactly. And it does. We don't have names for it in this, like in our understanding, in our culture. Because we're not mystical. We've lost the mysticism in our culture. So we don't have names for this.
Bring back the mysticism, man.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
We don't have the names for it, but the thing is like we do say it still. And we do understand that, like, if you're around someone who's positive, that positivity kind of like affects the people around them.
Yeah.
Like we see it. And we
don't. I think it's anecdotal. Like you can say, sometimes when somebody just walks in a room, you can feel their presence.
It happens to me all the
time. Good
time.
or bad.
When I walk into a room, people
are like,
can feel
oh
me.
My gosh.
When I walk into a room, when I came here,
they can feel you. When I walk into a room, people can smell me. Like, oh crap.
No, but I think we don't have we don't have the words to describe it, but like it's a real thing that we do recognize.
No, yeah, I think everybody's had that phenomena. Anybody, and they can't put their scientists can't put their finger on it, because sometimes you can tell by the look on somebody's face. but sometimes you can just feel have something like you're just like something just does not feel right in an area, and so what is that? Who knows? But a vibration, a bad vibration. Have you ever heard that song by the Beach Boys? It's a sad one.
Bad vibration.
Bad.
So is it kind of gothic-y?
Yeah. Yep. But anyway, but that's an interesting thing is that, okay, and this is where some of the darkness could get involved too, is say vibrating like a government organization coming up with some kind of vibration that would make you sad or whatever, or I don't know, or like the brown note. Have you heard of the brown note?
Yeah.
So low that it makes you poop your pants.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear the joke behind it.
You have heard of the brown note?
No,
Oh.
I've heard of a brown note.
That's what it is.
Okay, jeez.
Yeah,
No.
You don't want to hear that note.
No, I guess not.
But they have used there's different weapons, and this is not even like speculative, where they can project things into your make it to where it hurts your head and different things. I mean, they've used them in different.
Oh yeah, they've done all
riot
kinds
stuff.
of research.
And it's not, and this is not, but they're.
What are you trying to say, Mark?
This isn't conspiracy or anything. I'm just saying these are things that they've messed with.
Hey, I'm a nerd in some I have a certain vibration of my nerdism, but it's not on the Star Wars line. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Okay.
Oh, because I'm vibrating. Do I have a lightsaber in my hand?
So I know in Star Wars, George Lucas was the one who created Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like a secret hermetic. Because here's what I'm looking at here. So you have like this force, right? And you have like this dark side of the force, and then the light side.
Yeah.
But then you also have some. I believe that there was some Jedi who wanted to kind of stay in the middle, too. But I remember that, and whether it was from the movies or whether it was from a nerd that was talking to me one day, that that.
Hopefully you flush his head in the toilet.
You get to a certain level of the force, I forget what they called it, but you actually become one with when you pass away, you don't you become one with the force.
Yeah, remember
that?
Remember the Ewok village at the end?
I'm trying to remember.
They're all the ghost of Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Darth Vader without his
Anakin, yeah.
Yeah, well, he changed it, but in the new one. But I'm saying, it was the old guy.
The guy who was Anakin.
But then the
original Darth Vader
were in the thing all happy,
they became one with the Force.
Yeah,
yeah, they reached that.
Yeah,
their vibration went up and changed to the point where they.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. George Lucas didn't understand it very
well. Well, but George Lucas was he knew the archetypes because he was big with what's his name, Campbell?
Yeah, Joseph Campbell.
Yeah, I thought it was Glenn Campbell, the musician. No.
Oh.
he was anyway, but no, yeah, Joseph Campbell and different things, and actually, if you read any of the epics. The Magnificent Seven,
Samurai 7,
and then the Seventh Samurai, which is a classic Japanese film. So actually, there's probably more to those than Hermetics. The Star Wars is more based on those than anything else. Yeah. But Joseph Campbell, the hero of 1,000 faces, all these archetypes, that are throughout history. So that's where George Lucas gets his stuff.
Yeah, he wasn't his vibration wasn't as.
Well, I don't know where George is vibrating.
Oh, I know where he's from.
You do?
No.
Well, after some of the movies he's put out and some of the stuff he's done, he's vibrating low.
Yeah,
dude.
I've heard that. I've heard that. I haven't seen the most recent ones.
Anyway, no, actually, the last one was all right. But this is not a Star Wars.
Yeah,
podcast.
Sorry, I derailed us there.
But it's true though that all the stories, fantasy, and and everything that you read are based on these archetypes.
Sure, yeah.
You know, good versus evil. That's just the
greatest
theme.
story, man. Yeah.
The greatest story ever told.
I recognize that, but
You do?
yeah, the voice, like the
Oh, the road.
yeah,
the Hobbit thing.
yeah, the road to adventure, whatever. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Nerdism.
We need
Let's
to
move
watch
on.
that.
We gotta
now
move
talk
on.
about nerdisms.
Yeah, move on, Mark.
Okay, so anyway, so that was an interesting little thing about telepathy and possibly being able to influence other people.
Yeah.
But guess what, guys? Don't bother trying to influence other people when you can't even influence yourself.
That is the self-helpism of the day.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people want to do though, is they want to, I want to learn this so I can help or control other people and stuff, and
yeah.
But then they're not even anyway. They're using it for the wrong reason. So
yeah, Hermes didn't like try and change Tat.
No, he just taught him.
Yeah.
And let Tat.
He said little Tat, when you're ready, I'll show you. And little Tat didn't. He's like, I'm ready now. Like Hermes is like, little Tat.
Well, you're not quite there. But so what I have written, every thought, emotion, mental state has a rate and mode of vibration and can be reproduced by effort of will. Mm-hmm. So this is important. This is what Okay, so you can change your mental state by knowing the vibration, I guess.
Yeah.
Change your vibration. Much like musical notes cause instruments to vibrate at a certain rate and colors produced in the same way, a person can polarize his mind, gaining perfect control over mental states, moods, etc. So this is like the part where it's like, hey, this is how you can use it, or this is not how you can use it, but how it could help
applicable.
You. Yeah. So this power is only. This is important though. This power can only be acquired by proper instruction through somebody who knows what's going on,
Yeah, it says that near the end. Is that where you're at?
Yeah, and he says, and then he goes on and says, masters use vibration as laws against laws, and these things are what we call miracles.
Miracles.
So let's read that part where I was talking about with that.
What I thought about here was the story of Jesus turning water into wine.
He vibrated it?
Well, yeah, he shook it that quickly that he vibrating it.
He's like, shaken, not stirred.
So this is sometimes people, I've heard some I've heard a few, when I was first reading into the Kybalion and I was reading about basic Hermetic philosophy as a whole, one of the comments that I hear made is, the Kybalion's really nice, but it doesn't really talk about alchemy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. But the thing is changing the vibration of something outside of you or in you even, that kind of is changing, moving something from its crude form to the higher. That is
more
that
pure
is
form. Okay.
Alchemy.
Yeah.
So if there was any part that I've seen so far in the Kybalion that talks about alchemy, it is this kind of concept.
Yeah. Well, I think they made it kind of clear in the beginning that they're not messing with alchemy.
Correct.
Or they want to talk about mental alchemy.
And that's
mental transmutation. And so, yeah, this is, then they state that pretty explicitly in the beginning.
Because these are both affected by the same source, you're gonna have that correlation, and you're gonna find alchemy in this. This because they get it from the same place.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you understand, as above, so below. As in alchemy, so in mentalism.
So just because he's not talking about alchemy here,
doesn't mean it
still
doesn't relate.
The signature is still going to be in here, and
Yeah.
The source code is
Well,
still going to be
the more I'm
influencing it.
coming, I've looked into alchemy, you know, and anyway, I don't want to, but which is like kind of.
Where's your alchemist jacket? What do alchemists wear?
Where's my robe?
Wizard hat?
Yeah.
Where's your robe?
Am I wearing a robe? Well, no, but no. I'm saying the more I've looked, kind of come to understand it is alchemy, you know, and learning about the elements and different things, you know, chemistry or mystic chemistry or whatever you want to call it, is, you know, can be done or whatever. But really what it teaches you is the same thing we're talking about here, is kind of that purifying. And so but you're supposed to take that purifying of elements and you take them into yourself, but they also, you know, and they're supposed to help you, but you're working on your mind as well, and they help you. I don't know if it's kind of hard to explain because I don't know much about it, and I'm not wearing that wizard hat.
No, you don't have that wizard hat on.
Dang it, I should have bought that.
Yeah.
They had a clearance on them too. But so I just wanted to reiterate, this power may be acquired only by proper instruction, exercises, practice, etc. The science being that of mental transmutation.
Okay,
there you
we go. Yeah,
it's one of the branches of the Hermetic art. So
here I am thinking like I just saw something profound there. And
Brandon, you're so deep, except for he already wrote that. No, but I'm saying this is a branch of the mental transmutation. So, and yeah, I understand, but this book is, I understand what people's objection to it is, and that's, you know, but the whole book is 102 pages, and it's like large print, you know, and small pages.
Yeah, you're saying it's not too.
Yeah, this was not. Yeah, and actually one of the alchemy is one of the ones that a lot of people don't even understand.
Even the ones who might even criticize it still don't even understand. They don't.
Yeah. What do they know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it doesn't have a lot of alchemy in it.
Yeah.
Like, well, what have you taken the four elements and broken them down and then rebuilt them and gotten the quintessence, you know?
Yeah,
whatever.
I love the I love the imagery of like the nerd, the Dungeons and Dragons nerd calling someone out for not understanding alchemy. And it's like, you're living in your mom's basement and you understand alchemy? You know, like,
maybe.
Have you progressed?
He's like, actually, did you know that Mountain Dew is the purest form? It's got all four elements in it: fire, water, spirit. Wait, what are the four elements? Mountain Dew is one of the. It's a cleansing drink. It's an alchemy.
This is Mountain Dew Zero though, so it actually has a little bit different.
It takes you all the way to the beginning. Dude.
It has yellow 5 in it.
Oh, yellow 5. Yellow. Yellow 5 will kill you, man. Just be glad it's not yellow 6. But anyway,
that's all I have to say. That
okay.
Vibration.
So yeah, the masters and adepts are simply using one law against another, one principle against others, who accomplish these results, and those are the miracles. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to read the very last little,
as one of the old Hermetic writers has truly said, I love that, has truly said, like
he truly has
just say that he said
it. And I like how they never give actual references.
Yeah,
this is one of the things that annoys me about the Kybalion.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, what's the source of this?
Yeah, I'm gonna take out the word truly. I'm just gonna
has truly said,
as one of the old Hermetic writers has said, he who understands the principle of vibration has grasped the scepter of power.
Yeah.
And I think that is that's what I was referring to earlier by the changing something crude to something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that it's all the same thing, and it's all learning the same thing, even as in alchemy, so in mystic mentalism, or mystic psychology.
It's almost like
it's all the same.
It's almost like we're learning this 7 times.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a reiterate. It's okay. Well, let's do the
eventually we'll figure it out after the 7 times, right? In theory.
hopefully. Well, that's the thing is that
It's like an angel comes down to us and tells us the same thing, and then like later on, he tells us the same thing again.
yeah. What do
Just a little bit more.
Well, that's the thing. What do angels say when they come and talk to somebody? They don't tell them anything new. What do? They quote scripture. They quote stuff that's already been said.
Yeah,
Unto us a child is born, and it's like, wait, that was, they don't tell you something new. They tell you something old that you've already heard, but it's important to you at that time. It's just like reading something and it hits you in the right way, even though you've read it before.
Yeah.
You're vibrating on it. It's vibrating at your vibration.
It's like seeing the universe in the ashtray.
Have you seen a universe in an ashtray?
No, I haven't. Not yet. I don't have. Ashtrays are getting harder to.
Hey,
ashtrays
Brandon,
are becoming harder to find these
Brandon,
days.
first you need to start smoking. So, and then you can get an ashtray.
No,
you're like you pick up smoking so you can see the universe in an ashtray. Like, what are you doing? Hey, man, have you ever seen a universe in an ashtray? Well, I'm about to.
Remember cars used to come with ashtrays built into them?
Yeah. If you think about it, like how dirty like cigarettes are. Anyway, like, but think about it though. You got it's transmuting. It's going from tobacco, paper.
Yeah.
Dude.
Wow.
And turning it into ash.
This
Where does
is
the
deep.
smoke? It's turning into smoke. Dude, let's get a pack, dude.
And that's the point. That's why you can stare at a stream all day long and understand the cosmos.
Yeah, like these weird little things you can. Yeah, if you can reflect on them.
And that's why the angels.
And that's why 7 times they can say the same or something a little bit different. And something's gonna. Hopefully, something will hit you.
The angel doesn't need to say like something new to you. It just needs to say something
that's relevant to you.
That's relevant, and that you can use the law of correlation and the events that have happened, and you can see what needs to happen.
I wonder if angels are capable of saying anything outside of something that man or God has said. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they're limited. Like, okay, you're my errand person, so here's this is the limits of things you can say. I don't know. But anyway, okay, so let's do the practical thing where we can apply this. Real quick.
Oh, sure, yeah, the axioms.
Okay. So we're jumping back to the axioms in the 15th chapter, but we're going with the first axiom. To change your mood or mental state, change your vibration. Brandon, this is actually what you said to the guy. You're taking it. But it's funny, you're not taking it and putting it into your own life. You're taking it and trying to force it into somebody else's life.
Yeah, man. Like, unlike what Hermes did.
You're all like, hey, man. But here, you want to read that? It's really short.
Yeah. This one may change his mental vibrations by an effort of will in the direction of deliberately fixing the attention upon a more desirable state. Will directs the attention, and attention changes the vibration. Cultivate the art of attention by means of the will, and you have solved the secret of the mastery of moods and mental states.
That's interesting. Actually, why wasn't this somewhere on? Why did he put this in a separate chapter? But I like he's like change. Okay. One may change his mental vibrations by your effort of will. So you're deliberately fixing your attention on a more desirable state. Okay, so
which usually, I don't think it's always this way, but usually is like the opposite.
Yeah.
So that's why he says later on changing it to the opposite pole.
Yeah.
So to destroy an undesirable rate of mental vibration, put into operation the principle of polarity.
Whoa, Brandon.
And concentrate upon the opposite pole.
No, that's for the next chapter, dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
It says vibration.
Well, no, I know it does, but that's the practical.
Hey,
I'm just
Mark's
saying,
trying to like give you little pieces at a time.
little piece. Let's see where this is, where he actually gives you. We're actually, because this is a lot of, like we were saying, teaching and stuff, but no practical thing. This is where it's like, whoa, okay, this is something to try.
You know what just happened just now?
What?
As mentioned in the beginning of this, I was trying to provide milk or meat before milk.
Dude, you just slapped a baby in the face with this 20-ounce
steak. I know.
With a T-bone, a porterhouse.
I'm sorry that I was
and it wasn't
shoving
even
that
cooked.
steak.
It wasn't even cooked, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Mark is more. He's trying to gradually, distribute the milk. Right.
That's right.
I just jumped right into the polarity right there. We haven't even gone over that chapter yet.
That's right.
We talked about it about a dozen times now, but
it's all relative. It's all corresponds.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
They're all the
so
same.
Anyway,
different vibration in the same pool.
Change your mental vibration by concentrating or putting your attention onto a more desirable state, and maybe you'll be able to find a key to the mastery of moods and mental states. This is kind of like that book. Remember the law of not the law of attraction. What was it called? The guy is kind of.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh, it's not called law of attraction, is it? It's called the.
Well, it was. I thought that it should have been titled the law of coincidence because it was just a coincidence that the examples he used.
You mean like
were so
him like
weak.
leaving the military or
yeah
stuff?
I was just like, okay, you know how many guys are sitting there in their bunk wishing they could go home and they don't, or they end up getting killed. Well,
you're basically saying that they don't have. Yes, I think it's called the power of awareness.
Yeah, that's what it was. But this is more of your instead of brooding. This actually makes sense because instead of brooding in your mood, you try to put yourself in a different mood. It's practical.
I think that guy Neville who wrote that.
Yeah.
I think that he might have been like. I think that he might have been heading this direction himself, but didn't really. I don't know if he went the right direction.
I just think. Well, I think it was just one of those old timey books, and you didn't. It's just you could put.
I see a lot of like he spends all of the time in
his
the imagination, and in the mind, where I think like. In order to really change your vibration, you can't just do it in your mind. You have to like get up off your crack and get up out the door and change your life too.
Yeah.
Like there's an amount of action that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Too. So
and that's what this is. Change your attitude, change your latitude, change your gratitude.
Yeah, this might
and your platitude.
Ooh. This might as well be a self-help like.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the attractions that we had to it, right? Was the applicability of some of this.
Yeah, I liked it because this is one of the first things I read that was supposedly Hermetic,
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is interesting. And one of the reasons is because it's a pretty simple explanation, breaks down some big concepts in a simple way.
I probably should say this near the end of when we finish all these, or maybe when we started. But I will admit that when I first picked up this book, I went through a phase of like, this is kind of like, it's all silly, and I still have that a little bit.
Yeah, it still is. Yeah, no, it still is.
But I do have more appreciation for it now than I did like a few months ago. Because and the reason why was because of the amount of times that I've read it and I go, oh, there's like, and I can go back to the poemandries and go, yeah, now I see what that's talking about a little better.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think that there is more like relevance than I first thought.
Well, it's nice to have a nice broken down, simple explanation. It doesn't cover everything, obviously. I mean, but then again, poemandries is awesome.
There's this quote that I really like. It says, "Lift your minds to a more lofty sphere than humans generally." Lift your minds to a more lofty sphere than the human mind generally aspires to. And so now when I hear that, when I say that to myself, I'm like, Yeah, that's totally that's nothing more than just like changing your vibration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Change your
Don't get caught, or it's, yeah, don't just realize when you're in it, you can change it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you can fix the problem, but you can change your own attitude.
Yeah. So this is the point that me and Mark are going to start some like self-help
Guys,
gurus.
you can do this. And if you send in,
yeah, if you
we're
send in $20.
Wait, what are we having? We're having one of those we're having a seminar.
Yeah, our summit.
It's only going to be $20,000 to come see us, and we will talk about the Kybalion, but we will take it to a level that you've never even.
Yeah.
We'll provide for your $20,000. We'll get you your own copy of it.
We'll get you a free PDF version
and a PDF version. No, we'll get you a physical copy, a PDF version. We'll even give you a T-shirt
and a link to an audio version.
Yeah. Plus. And yeah, and we'll talk about a book that's in the public domain. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, that's all we got today. I think.
So I think we're good. Thank you.
Hey, talk to you later. Look to the bear and change your vibration.
Yeah. Good. Change them to good vibrations and listen to that song.
Yeah.